Hello, it is Thursday, May 14, 2026. I'm here at the Santa Monica Beach, and there's been some crazy things going on. Like, I find out that on the 13th of the month, they like to kill babies and they like to kill people because, they're acting like it's baby cannibalism or something like that. It's some like really crazy stuff going on this beach, especially on the 13th of the month. And they always ask me to leave. And so, like, I'm afraid for my life, and I'm under protective services. And I told them I don't want to be on this beach because it's becoming like Normandy, It's like, good morning, Vietnam, It's like Normandy Beach. And people get killed here every day. And Donald Trump was saying he wants to make America safe again. I'm saying forget about America. Forget about South America. Forget about Canada. I want to make us rich again, So, moral of the story is that I was supposed to get billions of dollars, and I took my case all the way up to the California Supreme Court. And Simone Volz, who's related to Bill Gates, and also Lisa Castorino, which is my in-laws, because I'm not Gambino, I'm not Castorino, I'm not Russo, I'm not Colombo. These are my in-laws, and they're the ones who have committed coup d'etat of Dawson e-filing, and they're also in charge of Pacer. So I'm talking to Cecilia, who is a Pacer, and also Scott Achu, and also there is Amy Yatchison, who's related to Amy Coney Barrett of the Supreme Court of the United States of America, grand jury judge, Amy Barrett, related to Jennifer Newstead at Facebook Meta Platforms that quit to go to work for Tim Cook at Apple because she liquidated all of her stock holdings in Meta at probably like $600 or $700 a share, and put some of the money into Culver Crossings in the Ivy Station as a decoy, because she's probably laundering her money to Ireland. And she's also related on the Clayton Antitrust Act, Section 8, interlocking directorates, monopoly. She's probably also related to Laura Jane Kessler, the district attorney who stole my restitution, and Mary Hearn, Los Angeles County Sheriff. And so this what's going on here is that I was supposed to be off this beach. 4 years ago, but Simone Volz, Bill Gates, and the Irish Republican Army, Patty Murray, Carol Murray, Elizabeth D'Arienzo, married to Gavin Newsom, they're stealing my money, and I had to take my case from the tax court to the District of Columbia Circuit, Washington, D.C., Court of Appeals. Now, I found out that the Court of Appeals is also a coup d'etat because they're all committing pay-to-play racketeering, which means they commit aggravated identity theft of the people that are in pro se, self-represented, and also some of the attorneys. If you can't defend yourself, the judges and the clerks will steal your lawsuits and murder you. And if any of the judges, like Judge Carluzzo or Judge Kathleen Carrigan, if any of the judges or clerks put up a fight, they get murdered and they don't get replaced. They have Walters Kluwer, they have Insight Global, they have Allied Universal, Nordic Security, they have T-Tech, and these are hardened criminals with fake names that cannot be verified by the Department of Homeland Security I-9 form, and they didn't graduate from college with a bachelor's degree or a master's degree in law. Some of them didn't even graduate from high school because they're not from here. They're from Ghana, or they're from Brazil, or they're from Ireland or Eastern Europe. And they have no qualifications, and they're murdering citizens, Americans like myself, and taking my identity for identity theft, and they work at the tax court. They work at the U.S. courts. They work for Pacer. They work for Dawson e-filing. You know, it's coup d'etat. It's beyond coup d'etat on a mass scale. It is harboring. It is treason. It is terrorism, which is why we're having government shutdowns, because they're laundering all the money. So what's going on here is that Scott Achu, along with Cecilia at Pacer, and Amy Atchison, who's really Amy Barrett at the Supreme Court grand jury judge, they're committing pay-to-play racketeering, and they have stolen my lawsuit with like a slightly different case number, and Eric Trump is in on it because he goes to the LADA restitution, he gives him a kickback, and I have evidence that a British national has been paid $8 million. He's also involved with Elizabeth D'Arienzo, Tressa Williams, and Simone Volz for stealing $1.82 billion from TD Ameritrade that became Perfectus Aluminum in Oceanwide Plaza. And now they're taking the aluminum and they're using aluminum as in replacement to dollar currency. They're trading aluminum, they're trading iron ore, they're trading granite and marble. They're trading raw materials as if it's the US dollar. They want the US dollar to go out of business because the Brazilians and the South China Sea and the Filipinos and the Ghana and the Africa, they want to replace the United States dollar with new development BRICS currency. They think it's like global development, and they want the United States to be the guinea pig because you cannot get away with crimes they are committing in the United States in any other country. They're using us as a guinea pig for globalization. And they get away with murder here. And so I might have to file another lawsuit on the federal circuit. This will be the Washington, D.C. Federal Circuit, because the Court of Appeals is federal question subject matter jurisdiction for United States agencies that are corrupt. But here, it'll be LAICON versus the United States and the United States racketeering, because there's not one federal agency. It is the Court of Appeals. It is Pacer. It is Office of Special Counsel. It is the FBI. They put me on a block list and they're intercepting my phone calls, which is like beyond invasion of privacy. It is the Office of Special Counsel that's hiring criminals and committing identity theft and replacing citizens with terrorists. This is treason, punishable by asset forfeiture. And so also, I'm working on that, so I might have to go to the Federal Circuit and initiate a new lawsuit on the Federal Circuit, which will be like LAICON versus the Court of Appeals and Pacer, because Scott Achu and Eric Trump and